I like motivational posters that say inspiring things. Like,
you do?
yesterday's tomorrow is today.
It's not inspiring. It's just fact
I just want to achieve stuff after hearing something like that.
Yesterday or tomorrow?
I don't know. I'm ready to take on the world, Jeff.
I hope we can say something equally inspiring as we go around the room during What's on Your Mind, starting with Brooke. Brooke, what's on your mind?
Oh, I think it's what's going to be on everybody's mind is we had our annual holiday show dinner last Friday night. Huge thank you to Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel who hosted us at the Vista Prime Steaks and Seafood. Honestly, it was the most decadent, gorgeous dinner we have ever had.
Yeah.
Lobster tail and Wagyu steak and charcuterie boards made at the table. I mean, honestly, I've never felt so fancy.
Yeah,
Oh
very
my
impressive.
gosh,
Right?
I know. And I've eaten at so many fancy restaurants. I always like to think that I've done it all, but this was like top tier, amazing, and we all did it together.
So we are riding high, right, after our dinner, and then we all head out to the casino floor.
Yeah.
And that's when the embarrassment sets in.
Uh-oh, what embarrassment.
What are you talking about?
You weren't standing next to Alexis when she tried gambling.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
'Cause
my
I came
God.
late over to it after you guys.
That's where she came over after we
Yeah.
made our
Dear
bets
God.
on roulette.
She
I've only done roulette once in my life.
She toddles up to the roulette table, and it's like, "How do you play?" I'm like, "The ball lands on a number."
But there's so many numbers.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like,
It's
it doesn't
overwhelming.
make sense. I'm like, it is
doesn't.
literally the simplest game out
And the
here.
man wouldn't take the chips out of my hand.
That
Yeah.
is a
Like,
violation.
Here's the chips.
I know. You
You
have
are
to
not
put them on
allowed.
the table.
You're not allowed to touch the dealer. That was another issue.
Yeah, she's putting hands on the employees.
Then, after she finally gets the money exchanged for chips, she pulls out her phone, which is a huge
Oh,
no-no.
yeah.
And security starts screaming
Yeah.
down the
Forget about that.
No
down the
phones.
floor.
I'm like, I'm just texting. I'm not even paying attention to you guys.
I know.
Yelling.
My boss is like, that's the problem.
They're yelling at her, "No selfies, ma'am! No selfies!" So finally, she bets everything on red.
Yeah.
And is the only one that wins anything.
Right.
The numbers were confusing, but colors,
Yeah,
she's mastered
my
that.
wheelhouse.
She is
So-
exactly what wins. She's the person who would win a jackpot in
That's-
Vegas.
I mean,
you
that's-
stumble around, you push a button, and next thing you know, yay!
Hooray.
That's living rent free in my mind. That's what's on my mind, Jeff.
All right.
I'm sorry to embarrass you, bro.
Sorry, Alexis had a fun night.
Jose, what's been on your mind?
Well, as everyone else, we had our show dinner, right? And in the middle of this beautiful meal, at one point, a fan walks over to the table.
Oh, yeah.
And is like, "Hey, are you Jose?"
Yeah, awesome.
And says hi to all of us.
Yeah.
Right.
But, you know, she's staring in my eyes. She's like,
Oh, she liked you.
she's a little flirty. Okay, you
Uh-huh.
picked it up too, but it wasn't anything. We all take pictures. She's super nice. But then she comes back to me and she's like, "So you are Jose?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she gives me a rose.
Yes.
A rose she had stolen from her table.
Yes.
Still
Because
sweet.
we all had roses on our
Yeah,
table.
In the vases, yeah.
But I'm like, okay, you know, she's putting a vibe out. That's cute.
Yeah. It's
a
That's
nice
kind.
gesture.
Whatever. She goes back. So then we have a quick talk, and she sends the whole table, like 45 minutes later, a bottle of champagne.
Oh my God, it was
which
beautiful.
Was
Yeah.
awesome. Everyone enjoyed it. She was so nice. So as she's leaving, she comes over to make sure we got it. And, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're besties. And then she gazes into my eyes this time. And she goes, "You are so pretty." And then she starts petting me.
She was. I watched her.
And then she starts petting my face. And so it's like I'm being caressed and gazed into.
Yes.
And then she steals the rose from our table.
That she had
was-
already given to
that
you.
she had well, no, it was a
they're
swap
different.
room.
Oh, she swapped
Yeah.
roses.
Yeah. She
Okay.
said out loud, "Jose just gave this to me."
Yeah, she's like, "No, this is for me." And that's when I realized, yeah, she's been drinking.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking I'm some
Yeah.
heartthrob.
Yeah.
I probably look like a different
Nope,
person.
I think you're beautiful, Jose. You're pretty.
Anyway, the whole thing is at this casino, and she tells me, she's like, "Mama's gonna party tonight because I won $3 grand."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, no wonder you're sending drinks to
Yes.
tables and stuff."
Maybe
so.
you should have hung out with her the rest of the night.
Yeah, you're
She was
right. Maybe
balling that night.
I missed out on my future girlfriend.
She was more lucky than us.
Alexis, what's been on your mind?
So we haven't talked about our transportation to the dinner yet.
I know,
Yeah.
which was fun.
Where Brooke initially
Well-
mentioned a party bus, and it somehow ended up being Brooke's minivan. Just to clarify.
I really thought she paid a bus to car a
Yeah.
party bus.
Well, I priced out the buses and they were like $1,000, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not spending
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah.
can make a party bus.
Well, she did. She showed up in her minivan with Christmas lights on the roof.
Yeah.
And that's when she told us she was going to do a game of trivia. And it was off the TV show Cash Cab,
Yes.
which you all knew. I didn't know existed, but it.
Yeah.
I thought Brooke
Game.
was just really creative.
Alexis
No.
was like, this is a great concept.
I was like,
it was a show. a
Brooke
very
has really put
successful-
thought into this
Yeah,
today.
this is so cool.
But for the visual, it's Brooke driving, Jose passenger seat reading trivia to us in the back.
We're hosting.
And we're winning a lot of money. We're doing good. But I need to confess something and get it off my chest.
What?
We cheated in the backseat, Brooke.
What?
No way. How?
There
You
might-
got 3 strikes. I was actually supposed to let you out of the cab.
Yeah.
You guys
It
were
was
so
all
bad.
Facts about the show.
Well, but there was some questions like, what's our most watched video on YouTube that Jake wasn't allowed to answer.
You looked
Yeah.
it up
Jake,
on your phone.
No. Jake gave hand motions that may
Come
have helped
on.
me.
Oh,
Get
Jake
the
behind the
Why did you
camera.
mention my name?
He's behind the camera right now.
He didn't say it, so maybe he didn't break the rules. He
That
didn't
is
answer.
breaking.
It
You
was
stole
my own
from
money I
Brooke.
was giving you to go gambling
And I
with.
won on roulette with it. Thank you.
Wow.
But I just been
Wow.
eating up. I had to let you know
Oh,
there
to
may
clear
have
your
been
conscience?
some cheating
Wow.
happening.
man.
You can't trust anyone these days.
But it was a fun game, and we appreciate your money.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my God.
Jeffrey, what's on your mind?
Like everyone's been saying, our show Christmas dinner was incredible.
It
and
really
the,
was.
The drinks were even better.
Oh,
boy.
man, did
We
you
know.
love those?
Yeah.
Pre-funk or
I was
something?
getting old-fashioned sent to me around the clock. Thank you, Brooke, for paying for all of the beverages, by the way.
It's interesting that when I say I'll pick up the beverage tab, I always expect you
Yeah.
to step up and say, I'll split it with you.
Yeah, the lead
Especially
host.
when it was mostly your drinks.
Yeah. Well, my bank account is at a 0 right now, so
Oh.
thanks for stepping up and
You
helping
just
me
bought a
with
house,
that.
Brooke.
I know,
But-
but we need to talk about a financial advisor here.
We'll talk about finances later. The thing is, after dinner, we ended up going back to the radio station altogether.
Yeah.
And by that point, I was kind of out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you were getting an
You were
Uber.
going to Uber.
Somehow I managed to Uber back to my house.
Good.
And I don't remember this, but even though I had just enjoyed maybe the best meal of my entire life,
Dude, we
What?
couldn't finish our meals.
didn't stop me from drunk ordering Taco Bell delivered right to my house.
That's better. I thought you were saying you threw it all up.
Okay.
This is better.
Wait a minute. You're drunk ordering Taco Bell, but you can't afford a couple of bucks to pay me for drinks?
Thank you, Taco Bell, for your dollar
Dude.
value meals.
You had thousands of dollars of succulent meats and lobster and
You had a
scallops
to-go
and
bag.
steak.
I know.
You did have,
and
you took home a steak.
I
Yeah.
only know this because I found the Taco Bell bag the next morning in my living room,
Oh,
completely
Jeffrey.
untouched.
Wait, you didn't eat
I
it?
didn't need any of it. But at some point in the night, I was like, I need to live Moss. And then fell asleep before the crunch wrap hit my mouth.
Oh
so
my gosh! It's like thank God.
that was
Did
my
you-
punishment.
Well,
fourth
I hope
meal.
you heated it up for breakfast.
Nope,
Yeah.
tossed it right in the garbage.
Oh
So
man.
there you go.
Hey, cheers.
That was What's on Our Minds. Text in 78592. Tell us what's on yours.
And if you want to see pictures of our dinner, they're, of course, up at Brooke and Jeffrey right now.
Go check it out. It's Brooke and Jeffrey in the
good.
morning.